So this guy goes to the doctor and says, doctor, I don't know what's wrong with me. And the doctor says, well, what's your issue? Say, when I press here, it hurts. When I press here, it hurts. When I press here, it hurts. You have a broken finger then.
Oh, nice. Very good. Thank you. Welcome everybody. Episode 7 of JTOG, JT and that other guy. I am JT, and of course we have the other guy.
That's me. Ivan.
Ivan Miranda, of course. I know Teresa's in the stream. I've already seen her there. We've got Thomas or Tom.
Hello, Teresa.
Thomas or Graphite Tom. Do you prefer Tom or Thomas? Actually, I don't even know. I call you Tom.
Or T.
He may prefer the other. Who knows? Welcome to everybody. Yes, it was a terrible joke, Teresa. I must admit. Tom is okay. All right, cool. Excuse me, I've actually got a cup of tea tonight.
I have a Coke and coffee because I'm feeling a bit under the weather. Not sure which weather because we are in the middle of a heat wave here in the north of Spain, but yes.
Yeah, so the weather's pretty much rooted everywhere. China is terrible. Naomi's been tweeting stuff about the typhoon, as has everybody. We've got America, or some parts of America that are being flooded as well. And you're in a heat wave. Yes,
something really weird. This morning it was 18 degrees Celsius, and now we are 33.
And it's 2:30 in the afternoon.
Yes, it's horrible, and it's really dry because we are having the wind from the desert coming from the south of Spain.
Yep.
Because Spain, the south border of Spain is with Africa, and it's been wow. We are not used to this dry area here.
Yeah.
But yes.
And we were, I think, 18 degrees today Celsius. Or centigrade, so not too bad.
That's really nice.
Yeah, but it was windy, so cold wind.
Wow.
Did
you know? I don't know if I mentioned you the other day. I saw a ranking of the 3D printing channels on YouTube made by a company or a person company that I cannot remember right now.
Well, why would you remember them? You weren't even on the list.
No, but I remember that I complained. I begged. I didn't complain. I begged. Yes. I begged to be on the list.
I know. I'll show you. I'll show the GIF that you did. You keep talking.
Okay. I'm searching for the name of the because we started. I saw it because Naomi tweeted about it, even if I was not following her. Ludivine Kerdo or Cherdo from Anigua. And she, I tweeted to her if I could be on the list because I knew that I had merits to be on the list, and she told me of course. And then Naomi and I started following each other because of that.
Yep.
And I started to see the shitty weather that they are having now in Shenzhen.
Oh yeah.
Because of that. So one thing led to another. Yes. And you are now searching for.
Yeah,
for the GIF.
Searching, but I can't bloody find it, of course.
But okay, you are doing a search that is. You should search for maybe the lady or Ludivine Aniwa.
Hang on.
Maybe, or I'm not sure.
Hang on.
But I think I searched when I was trying to put the GIF on the message. Yeah. I searched for Pretty Please or something like that.
Yeah. It was perfect. It was a little baby with his. The bottom lip was out and everything. So I'm not going.
I knew that the only option that I had was to beg. I knew that I had to beg.
Yeah.
And I ended up being the 13th of the world in that list.
Oh.
But I'm assuming that if I wasn't on that list until 3 days ago. Maybe there are a lot of other 3D printing channels that aren't on that list.
Yeah, there were definitely other people. Naomi's growth was 3,119% from memory.
Good memory.
Yeah, well, it was a pretty impressive number.
Yes.
Um,
She was. And now I might be picking a fight, not with her personally. I would not do that, but with reality, because I did tweet something the other day. Yeah, I think it was yesterday.
let me pull it up. I believe I have already organised this exact scenario. There's nothing
Oh,
there.
okay. I knew that you would.
Yes. What do we want here? We want that one
The
there.
thing is that
This one.
yesterday after, yes, yesterday afternoon I came to the workshop just to prepare a few new prints, and before coming I saw on the camera. I'm looking there because that's where the prints are. I looked at the remote camera and I saw one really shitty print that was happening on my CR10s. And as I mentioned, JT, on Wednesday, I was going to try to raise the temperature of the CR10 a little bit to see if PETG stick on it a little bit better.
Yes.
And that's what I did. I thought I did raise the temperature, but I did a previous print at 80 degrees Celsius on the bed, and I did repeat that print again with 80 degrees Celsius. And from the remote camera, it seemed that the print had popped, like it lifted or it didn't stuck well to the bed, and I thought that I did mess the settings or something. But when I came to the workshop and started doing the due forensics on the printer, I saw something that was really terrifying.
And here
Now,
is the terrifying.
show it. Yes. And what you can see there, the drawing on the right is the print lifted with a lot of 3D printed wig on top. But on the left, you can see the sleeve of the set of cables that go from the electronics unit to the bed was completely burned, and I see that JT found it. The sleeve was burned. One of the cables was completely charred, and it did desolder itself from the heat from the tap on the heated bed, which scared me a lot.
So down this end, it desoldered at the bed end.
Yes. This is, you know how much heat you need, at least 180 to 200 degrees just to start to having the possibility of something like that desoldering by itself.
Yeah.
So something really terrible happened while I wasn't here, and the thing is that the printer kept going, and I tweeted this, and I don't remember who exactly tweeted that he should update his CR10 firmware, and I told him you really should, because what most people don't know is that the CR10s are sent without the thermal runaway protection enabled.
It's off, yeah, by default, yeah.
Which comes enabled by default on Marlin.
Yep.
So disabling it is something really dangerous, a little bit, no, really stupid. It's really stupid doing that, because if you are selling a product and you are taking advantage of the work of the community, at least keep the good things. If the thermal runaway protection is already enabled, leave it like that.
Yeah, well, there's a number of, well, the one that comes to mind is the unified version of Marlin, which is done by Tim Hoogland, or TH3D, and he on his website there is in fact pretty much all of the Creality machines a universal updater. Here we go. Yes, he muted successfully, and now he's off camera blowing his schnoz. That was well done. Have you got a foot pedal for the mute, or you? Because you
have a button on the screen.
Oh yeah, okay.
I press it.
Yeah, because I did actually look for foot pedals the other day. I did find some. Yeah, so yeah. The TH3D Unified Marlin version is downloadable from th3.com. As long as you've got a bootloader on your CR10 or whatever CR it is, you know.
Tom Salander, just did a tutorial on how to upload your firmware, even if you don't have a bootloader on the.
I did see that because he'd done the previous video of how to update your firmware, but he didn't go into the whole, if you don't have a bootloader, you can't do it. Anyway, and in fact, Timothy also sells a bootloader kit, so it's an Uno and some wiring, so that you can, do the bootloading with the necessary bits.
Yes.
So that was pretty bad for you with that little fail.
But nothing happened, and I did fix it. Really, it took me like 20 minutes.
Yep.
But the thing is that I don't have the firmware on my printers upgraded, which is now it's really stupid. I know I should do it, but Reality tweeted at me that I should tell them which is the order number and everything about what I did buy my printer, so they can take care of it. But the thing is, this one was one of the earliest samples that I got to be reviewed.
Yep.
And the thing is that I don't know if they are sending now the CR10s with the thermal runaway protection enabled or not. I don't know if someone in the chat or someone that bought one recently, just so we can know that.
Yeah, well, Graffit is saying that he's done the TH3D unified firmware, and he's saying it's a must.
Yes, I know.
Hi,
I will.
James Sonic Alchemy is here. Hi guys. Who else? Just the three of you at the moment, by the looks. Unless I'm missing someone. Yeah, that's all right. That's all good.
We are keeping the best.
Yeah. Next pictures. Let me get rid of that. Let me go to this one. All right. So
I did have to restart a print that was like 25 hours in.
Yeah.
A lot of plastic wasted, but well, that's all. The thing is that the spooler, the triangle spool holder that I showed you last time,
yes,
is working beautifully. The only issue that I found on that one is that it rolls too well.
It wants to.
It rolls too well on the spindle.
Rolls too well.
So,
okay. So
whenever the filament is pulling the spool, it keeps rolling.
Ah, yeah.
So it unspools itself. So I had to put a zip tie, acting like the Wheel of Fortune pin.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
the clack, 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 clack.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had to put one of those using a zip tie, so it stops the spool from spinning.
The other thing that may help with that is, the filament cleaner, the sponge. You put a little clip around the filament,
Yes.
so it's like a cylinder. Think, ferrite bead that they put on power cables.
Yes.
Okay. Imagine the plastic clip that does this
Yes.
around sponge.
Yeah,
a cleaning sponge.
Yeah, but that will add friction to the filament, so it doesn't go as quick, or it has some friction. But the thing is that the entire spool keeps spinning.
We'll keep rolling anyway. I was thinking maybe the friction would slow it down, but no, you're right. As soon as it tugs on it, it will keep rolling. Okay. Anyway, there you go. That's why you did the clacker and not the clacker means something else in Australia. Let me tell you, it's your private parts. Clacker.
Oh, okay. Mine or everybody's?
Oh, anybody's.
Okay, I was thinking that the entire continent / country, whatever,
24.
had a specific word just for my parts.
Oh, yeah. No.
Like you did, the parliament did a meeting, they casted a vote and they decided that Ivan Miranda's parts. That's too much.
I think you overestimate our Parliament's ability to do anything other than knife the current Prime Minister.
Okay.
Yeah, we've had
knife?
Kill, overthrow. We've had five. Five Prime Ministers in 5 years, instead of 3 years or 4 year term.
Okay.
Now
we did dump the one that we had, but we have had in the 2000s. We have had we had 4.
Okay.
In 18 years, so We are not very good at dumping politicians.
Yeah. Teresa gets the clacker comment.
And she changed the batteries of her smoke detectors.
As you do.
Today.
In Australia, it's promoted change your smoke detector batteries when daylight savings starts and daylight savings finish, as a reminder.
Do you know that we here in Europe, we voted to remove the daylight saving time?
Is that because you're idiots? Or because people...
No, we...
Go on. Why?
What is it good for?
It's good for getting home from work and still having daylight, so that you've got some time to enjoy.
No, but we are going to keep the summertime the entire year.
What? So your daylight savings the whole year?
Yes.
Oh, that's okay then. So you don't go back. That's okay.
So some people thought of it, and
when you said you were getting rid of it, I thought you meant you weren't going to do it at all, because there is one state, at least in Australia, that Queensland doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Because they're idiots. They think that the extra hour of sunlight will fade their curtains on the windows, because it's an extra hour of sunlight. Yeah, and the cows will be confused because they don't know what time to wake up because all the clocks are on. No, they don't understand.
Is that a Queensland joke or something?
No. Hey, Chris, how you going? No, this is half of the logic. I know I'm generalising, and I apologise to all the Queenslanders that I've just offended. Thierry, how are you?
You did offend them really, really well.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh dear.
Yeah.
So summertime all the time. That's good.
Teresa said that you change the batteries every time there is a new prime minister.
No, I don't have shares in Everready.
Okay. We don't have smoke detectors in here in Spain. We don't use them.
No.
No, we make our buildings from concrete.
Yeah, but all your shit inside still burns. When your house catches fire and you're asleep in the bed, right?
Yes.
Don't you want to know that the kitchen is on fire or your lounge room is on fire because someone left a candle?
The thing is that I had a colleague at work, who had a fire in the kitchen, and she was asleep, and the neighbors called the firefighters. The firefighters came, knocked the door, rang the doorbell, called by phone, and had to blast the door open so they could go inside, because she didn't hear any of those things.
Yeah, okay.
No, the sirens of the firefighters, not the doorbell, nothing.
Okay.
Imagine a beep, 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 beep of a fire alarm.
Sure. Okay. You can get networked fire alarms now. Where you have one go off in one part of the house and it sends the signal to all of them in the house. So you could have one in your bedroom, which it goes off when one of the others goes off.
I've seen that there are some that have relay outputs.
Yes, it's good.
So you could attach that to the input of your printers.
Yep.
And put a roof on top of each one of your printers, and as soon as one of them makes smoke,
yep,
you could cut the power of that one.
Yeah, exactly. Graphit is saying, ask about the sleeping pills. So possibly the person, was consuming sleeping pills.
No. She is a very, very good sleeper.
Obviously.
I'm pretty sure.
Teresa's saying that her smoke detectors do that. Hers are networked, or whatever the correct term is for that.
What's the question exactly?
What's the question you're asking?
Yes.
In Canada, all smoke detectors are hardwired, one in each room and outside each room. Wellbot is in the house. Now, that's a really good segue, because the graphic that I've actually got on screen already, which I'll post now.
Yes.
There we go. I already had it ready. Is Wellbot's model that he's done, and released on Gumroad. I will post the link in the description.
Yes, please.
The campaign that we've been running for Wellbot has been successful. It's not reached its maximum, but there was enough money for him to get the scan done. So
Yay!
the scan has been done. Results in multiple weeks, I believe. It's me. Well, Biotto. I'll just switch for a sec.
Well, Botio. That sounds Italian.
It does indeed. And here's the Gumroad. Let me just zoom in on that. Ooh, that's a bit shit. It'll do though. So there's his Gumroad model. Go and pledge. You know, stick some money in there.
What's
Gumroad is by my mini factory, by STL's sort of thing. But in Australia, Angus uses Gumroad for his models and his PDFs of books, etc. So that's good. As I say, I'll pop the link in the description. I might do that right now, actually, because I'm hopeless at this stuff. Copy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it from here. I'm actually not going to be able to do it from here. I've closed it.
Have you? You have already seen the next week's video on Patreon, right?
Your video?
Mine. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
of course.
Yeah. I need you to make a prediction without giving away what is it, because you know that the next step is testing it in nothing ground, not ground.
So.
Without giving too much.
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
I can't. I don't think I can, because I think too laterally. I'm still on Wellbot, by the way. On top of Wellbot's model, we have
yeah, I've seen that.
We have another one, and this is by YM Shen or Shen. He too has Squirrel. Yes, he too has modelled up a Wellbot, and he is also putting it on Gumroad for sale, $5 for the parts. I think Wellbot's Gumroad is optional, but Shen is totally dedicating the sales of this to the Wellbot campaign. So, you know, there it is. Gumroad. Let me go grab that. I'll stick that in the. Oh, that's interesting.
I should bring the model an EDF or something like that and make it cross the sky or something.
Yeah. Let me go here. Paste.
EDF says sun. Hopefully no sun, but.
Oh, sorry, Thierry's guessing what your other thing is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I don't know. I really don't know how to describe without giving away too much.
I'm thinking about 3 meters high.
Okay.
3 meters high behind.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'm now thinking I'm confusing two videos that I've seen. This is the problem with you showing me stuff. I don't know what I've seen officially, and I don't know what I've seen unofficially.
Do you want me to give you a clue?
If you want, hang on. Let me. Go on.
It is red.
It is red. Oh, thanks. That's tremendous. That's bloody awesome. All right. So there's the two links. I'll put them in the description after, as I say.
Yes.
Wellbot saying yes, 4 weeks for the results. Let me see what else I've got on. So there's the original thing, and window, Wellbot model. We've done that one. We've done this one. Yes, we've done this one, and we've done this one. Very good. Yeah, who would have thought it would be red? It's Ivan and Wellbot's favourite colour. Ivan,
yes.
do you know why Wellbot's favourite colour is red? In terms of printing?
I have no idea. But because he prints with He prints with resin.
Correct, and he buys red resin. That is the reason. That is literally the reason. I think it's the most economic resin that he can buy.
I think I have like at least 2 DLP resin printers coming my way to review.
Okay.
But the only experience that I had is with the Formlabs the Form 2, which is a very nice printer, but it's awfully messy to work with.
Yeah, I think they all
So
are.
I hope
some more than others.
Yeah, some more. Yeah, I hope that they have gotten to the point where they are the least messy possible. Because
okay.
If not,
is this the one where it's got the little the adapter that it takes the plate and then puts it straight into the bath? Does the whole build plate come off?
The form 2?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Yes, it has the build. You can take the build plate from the printer, put it in a bath, remove it from the bath, and put it in the UV curing box.
Okay.
But they didn't start selling the bath and the UV curing setup until like 3 years after starting selling the printer.
Oh, really?
So I had to do a lot of cleaning by hand
okay.
and curing the sun before I could do that.
Yeah, I've got I got distracted. I do have one more thing to show on the Wellbot. So this is one print that's been done of Wellbot's model of Wellbot.
Yes.
There's a couple more. I don't have Das Mia's one, but that's a pretty cool example of the Wellbot print. Brian Vines is in the house. Hello, Brian.
Hello, Brian.
Wellbot, I got 13 litres of resin. Yes, hi. When I bought my printer, all red. Yeah.
13 liters, everything red.
Yeah.
Okay. What's NTMF?
Well, it's NYMF. I don't know. You can spell it out.
New Year Maker Fair. Okay.
Okay. Yep. Fair enough.
I want to go to that one too.
Yeah. Oh well, you know, don't we all? If all we could just jet about. Couple other things. Sorry, you were still speaking about resin printers when I interrupted you about the Wellbot.
Yes,
model.
yes, I have two coming my way, and
have you got the
sorry?
Moai coming? Tell me you've got the Moai coming.
No, I don't know. It's the DAS 3D, which is from a Kickstarter, and the Flying Bear, don't know what exactly.
Yep.
And I think both are more or less the same kind of printers, but I think I will have uses for those, because sometimes I need to do really small and precise parts for my projects, but doing them in PLA or something like this, sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But that made me remember one other printer that was sent to me, and from which did I post a few things on Twitter, is the FL Sun QQ.
Oh, yes.
Which is a Delta printer.
Yeah, and that didn't work well for you, did it?
No, I didn't even do the review for it, because the other part, the company stopped the communications, because the thing is that you know that it didn't switch on.
Yeah, yeah.
And I started a troubleshooting conversation with the company, and while I was chatting with them through email, I did find the mistake, the failure, which is that they did leave loose one of the power cables inside the metallic box below the printer.
So the case was live?
Yes, that
could have been live.
I don't know if that's the worst failure that you can have in that printer, but this is really pretty near. And that means two things. They don't test the printers before shipping them, and they don't have a quality control.
Yeah.
They don't have anything. but the thing is that the printer prints now. I have it in here, and I did a print test yesterday. And the thing is that I need now a method of leveling the printer after having put the PEI sheet on it, because it levels itself using the metallic contact between the tip and the aluminum bed.
BL Touch.
So I have,
BL Touch is what you'll need.
yeah, but I think it has proprietary firmware now.
Ah, okay.
So
yeah.
Brian, I think Brian made a joke.
Yeah, he always makes jokes, but this one might actually be half on the money. Ivan's busily dying off camera again, so that's good. Quality control, they're afraid if they don't control it, it'll get out of hand. Yeah, well, they couldn't have tested it because it came as a kit, didn't it? It wasn't assembled.
No, it wasn't assembled. Yeah. But imagine how hard can it be to plug it in and switch it on.
Oh.
As the least amount of quality control you can do.
Yeah, sure.
Because apart from that, assembling it was really easy. I never had a Delta printer in my hands, and I did set myself to assemble it without reading the instructions or anything. And I did manage to do that without reading anything, and I did everything fine the first time. But it didn't switch on, and I couldn't think of anything on that kit assembly that I could have done wrong to break it, or something that I did forgot, and I did have to. I think I did mention to you that when I was putting the probes on the power input of the main board, it switched on for a second because I did touch the flying lead with my multimeter tip, and it did power it in. How on earth can you sell that? But one of the things that I wanted to tweet yesterday on the reality issue, that I refrained myself from tweeting, is that I think that those companies are selling the printers in kits for two reasons. One is because it saves space in shipping.
Yes.
But the second one, more important, that I know because of my other job, is that if you sell the product finished and not as a kit or as a hobby kit, you have to comply with CE regulations.
Correct, and warranty and all sorts of other good things.
Yes.
Yes.
And there is no way one of these printers can comply with CE regulations. It's impossible. I've seen so many infractions on those that I don't think there is a way that you could sell those assembled. There is no way.
Yeah.
Everything, wire gauges, fire hazard protections, grounding, hand. There's so many infractions. That's why I posted that Creality is hoping that you watch your printers print with a fire extinguisher in your hand.
Well, your last print was 153 hours, so how long are you going to sit in front of that for?
I can show you another one. That yes, I did reprint I will give something away. I did reprint the chassis of my mini tank.
111 hours. Very nice.
Only the chassis.
Yeah, I got it.
Brian says,
no,
mine's got
no.
Yeah, but the thing is that even if I'm complaining about how unsafe those printers are, there is in the other hand, they do incredible stuff for very, very, very little money. You can, if you want,
totally.
You can drop the $3,000 that an Ultimaker 3 costs and sleep well at night.
Yeah.
That I don't think I'm not saying that an Ultimaker 3 is not going to catch fire, but it's much more unlikely of that happening.
Yes.
Than with one of these. But the thing is that you can buy now an Ender 3 for less than $200.
Yes.
And have an incredible printer at home. So
it's a tough call.
It's a trade. And I don't think that anybody that is spending less than 200 in a printer thinks that they are buying a Ferrari.
Yeah. Well, I've got a Tronxy X1 that was $150. Have you got one?
Yes. I have an X3S, I think it is. I don't know if you can see it up there.
Oop.
Can you see it?
Oh, yeah. The cube?
And yes,
Yep.
I didn't finish assembling it. I could not follow the assembly manual. It was a nightmare, and the design of the process was so bad that I could not finish assembling it. I invested 3 entire afternoons, and there was no way that I was going to keep going with it. Because the next thing that I knew that was going to happen is that I was going to start printing, something was going to get loose, and I had to start the process all over again.
So that was
maybe someday.
That was the X1 box that I have next to me at the moment.
It's still in the box?
Yeah. So is my Ender 3.
Okay. I have a couple of printers in their boxes, yes.
Yeah.
Also.
Yes, everything is quality, but typically they spell quality wrong, Brian. Does it actually say quality? Made in China?
Quarterly.
Yeah, quarterly, exactly.
And I had also sent to me Cetus 3D. You know the Cetus?
Cetus, yeah. The Model 2 or Mark 2 or whatever it's called.
But they broke communications when I asked them to pay for the customs expenses.
Ah, okay.
Which I don't know why, but they stopped. And also the Sculpto Plus, and they stopped answering to my technical questions. I think they stopped when I asked them how could I print from my computer.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's a pity because it's a really great printer. If you need a printer at home that is safe and works well, the Sculpto Plus is the one to buy, I think.
Okay. I'm just reading the chat. Trying quality. Qualitry. Yes. Yes, it does keep the resale value high.
Ryan, do you want to come as a guest in next podcast?
He's very funny, Brian.
We have to have him in the show. Yes. Please, Brian, answer yes. Reply yes, please.
He can try. So I'll work with him offline to figure out how we'll do this, because Ivan and I use Skype to get us both in frame at the same time. You see, unlike Google Hangouts, which only presents one user, as far as I'm aware.
I'm pretty sure that you are unintentionally lying. But the alternative truth takes a lot of effort and fiddling.
Yeah. G'day, Spike. How are you?
Hello.
Happy afternoon. Chris, you did wonder how we were both in frame at the same time. Is that the question? Did wonder?
It cannot be that we are the only ones in the world that are doing this.
Well, it's a good solution.
Yes, it is. It works. We are both at the same time in the screen.
Yep. Chris, yes, okay. So he wondered how we got both of us on here. In fact, there's a little Skype icon about there. Now it's reversed because in Skype I'm reversed. So I've got something going on.
Yes.
I've got something going on that flips my half of the screen.
I did tell you the other day that I'm already starting to build the new big printer that I will call the mini printer.
Yes.
And I'm debating myself because I've managed to achieve a way of assembling the frame that will require no 3D printed parts.
Well,
so there will be no signature.
No signature red
on the.
So you buy
at least not in the frame.
You buy the tube joiners. You buy corners.
No.
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 Do you want me to show a picture or no?
Yes, please.
All right,
I've devised a way of joining the corners that will allow me to have a stiff frame without corner joints, and I think it's going to work great, but it's going to be a little bit finicky to replicate. but I really need a printer that I can trust. And the CR10s and the Anycubics, I cannot trust those printers with 400-hour prints, which is what I'm planning on doing now.
Sure. All right. Do you want me to show this picture?
Oh, wait.
No, I see. Yeah.
That,
Yeah. That's why I said, do you want me to show this?
but no, leave it. No. We are only 10 people.
I can blur it. I can quickly. I'm in an editing program.
Leave it. Let's see if that runs like fire in Twitter. Like, they have. Nobody will.
You said yes. I've done yes.
Yes.
All right,
yes,
that's it.
Yes.
You've seen too much, everybody.
No, leave it. Please.
So that's Ivan's little printer, 500 cubed, yes?
That's it.
Approximately.
Yes. Hopefully, it's going to be able to effectively print 500 cubic. And as you can see, I've gone for a square tubing because I don't like the maker beams or those kind of things. I've gone for linear rails, and I'm debating myself about going with single extruder and making myself an MMU for like 10 spools or something like that, or going for IDEX configuration with 2 extruders, or I'm not sure. Right now, I'm debating myself.
So,
but that's.
Are you going to give away your little idea on how it's going to do the corners, or are you?
Oh, I'm gonna put a threaded rod from one end to the other.
Oh, okay.
And press one tube against the other. But I've devised a way of using the rest of the aluminum tubes, so the frame is perfectly square, which is really important. And I had that issue with other printers that I have built. That if you think that you are going to build a printer and you set, like you make a square like this, and you think it is a square, and you use 3D printed joints in the corners, but then you start printing, and when you flip the print, it doesn't match another print.
Yeah.
Like if you print an H and you flip the H and print another H, they don't match because they are skewed or something like that. So the frame being square is really, really important in all dimensions. So that's what I'm aiming for with that way of doing the tubes.
Okay. Now, you had some fun with the linear rails, didn't you, on that thing?
Yes. The thing is that I order the linear rails with 1 carriage each, and then I thought of it and realized that I was going to have to use more. I ordered more, and the guy that sent me the carriages didn't put the plastic inserts on all of them. And I don't know if you know, but those carriages, if you don't have a linear rail on them, the balls come out of them and start going all over the floor.
Yeah.
Which is really fun.
Picking
them up.
Thingiverse has exact things, so you can plug the linear rails. So as you slide, where's my mouse? Hello, there's my mouse. As you slide the linear ball bearings off the rail, you mate it with a plastic adapter so that the ball bearings don't jump out everywhere. The other thing I saw recently with someone, I can't remember who it was the mechanism on the linear rail literally only had half the number of ball bearings in it. So
you told me about that.
Yeah, so there was gaps. So
it still slides, but
yeah,
if you read the specifications of the carriage and the rail, they told you how much torsion and how much pressure and everything it withholds. And as whenever you reduce the number of balls, that drops pretty quick.
Yeah, Chris has said you've lost your balls, and Wellbot has agreed you don't want to lose your balls, or your marbles, and
or your clackers.
Or your clackers, correct. And Brian has jumped in, as one would expect. He suggested that you could keep your balls in a sack or something, some form of a bag.
Yes.
And Thierry's happy that this episode is going so well. We were a bunch of kids last week too, Chris, actually.
Yes, that's I think that there is no way that we can fix that. It's going to be like this all the time. But now I'm working on 6 different projects, including the one with the workshop, because I have the garage door needs to be blocked ASAP because if it is cold outside, in here it's going to be really cold, and if outside is hot, the entire morning the sun hits on the door, and as I've mentioned before, now it is like 29 degrees inside here. It's too much.
That's good for weight
so
loss.
I need. No, that doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
You dehydrate.
Okay.
And lose minerals, but the rebound effect is much worse than the one before, because the body starts keeping more liquid as you replenish yourself. Oh. If you drink more water after that, the body thinks that it's going to happen again, and starts adding more water to your body.
Okay.
On a side note, 3D printing. Squirrel,
exactly.
Squirrel. Yes. And I'm looking around to just searching how can I show and what can I not show.
Yeah, what
can I can show right now. No, and there is the whiteboard in the back that you can see, but you cannot read.
No, you can't see it at all.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are the 6 projects that I'm working on right now.
Okay, good.
I did have a bunch of email crossed this morning about those, because there are some collaborations in there that is.
And this is why I've got to be very careful what I say, because I honestly sometimes can't remember what you've shown me, what I've seen on Patreon, what is public. I'm like, oh, my head. Which is why I didn't want to guess out loud what the other one was.
Anyway, I need to send you. I have to rip this one and send it to you, so we can use it one day for the. I can.
Yeah,
you can see my eyes.
I can. Yes, right. It's very good.
That's the point. Yeah. This one I did when I was 16 years old. It's a tape of music that I made.
Yes.
So I have the copyright for it. And I did it with the Scream Tracker 3. I don't know if you know it.
What was it called?
In a Scream Tracker 3.
No.
It was a tracker software to make music. Very, very nice and subtle music, you will see.
Okay.
And I did it with my 486 DX2 computer with 4 megabytes of RAM, I think.
Yeah.
And 512 megabytes of hard drive.
Yes.
With a Sound Blaster 16-bit.
Okay.
I've realized that I never said the specs of that computer in English before.
So, Creative Labs Sound Blaster.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, memories, Chris Lee, memories indeed.
Yes.
Although I've had Apple computers since '83, so.
You never had a PC?
Yes, I've had PCs, but I've had Apple computers all through.
Okay.
By choice, because I was in the printing industry, so it works well with the graphics. No debating that you got to choose the right tool for the job, and that's why I had PCs.
But if I didn't have to think about the money, I would choose Mac all the way. But thinking about the money right now, it's a pretty tough decision.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a lot of money.
Fernando Jerez is here. Jerez.
Yay!
Jerez. Yes.
That's the guy that is going to make the design that with which I'm going to test the small printer.
Okay, good. Well, he loves a good design. Ivan's dying again in the background. It's all good.
Yes. And Fernando, the printer is going to be 500 millimeters cubic. So you start thinking about something that can be printing like 3 weeks in a row or something like that.
What have we got here? Yes, go on.
I don't think that I've done something that long ever. I think the longest one was the one that I showed you in the last video.
Yeah.
I don't think that I have ever gone over 153 hours.
Yeah,
Sure.
the one with the failed bridging. Oh, sorry, the one that you had to bridge because there was no supports. Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. But it didn't bridge it. It didn't.
It worked. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we showed it last week.
Yes. So.
Couple of other things. There are a number of, this is the second community print. I failed dismally on the last one because I was in hospital. So that's my excuse.
There is something that I have to tell before we finish.
Okay, hold on. I'll switch back. Go. Tell me.
No, there is the thing. I will talk very cryptic because first I remember that I have to send you something that I didn't send you. But there is this guy for which I don't remember the name as always that is doing a community mural.
Yes.
And I've received information that Matter Hackers is trying to do the same.
Okay.
Yes, it seemed like a bit of that they were trying to copy it.
Yep.
But I don't know. It didn't seem like the right thing to do.
No.
Instead of collaborating on the project, it sounded like I don't know.
That's okay. It's okay.
I will think about it.
You think about it.
Yes. Go on.
Go on. I will continue on. All right. So Chris Freeze on Twitter. Freeze? I'm not sure exactly the pronunciation. Let me switch to here. A bit of zoomage. There we go. Has got this lovely diorama, I guess is the right word, that he's getting people in the community, printing community, to print, and there's rules. So again, I'll try and leave this in the description. But it's no multi-material unit printing. If you want to do filament swaps, you can. It's essentially a 3D community competition. And there's basic prizes at the end. But I thought I'd mention it. This is number 2. The last one was the Fairy Queen, the Fairy Princess, which you printed a skirt and the dangly legs in the skirt and the wings.
I didn't get why was everybody printing that model that week?
It was a competition. But that is why. All right, so
Squirrel.
Yes, correct.
I see things on Twitter, but I cannot. I don't stop to read. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Yeah, fair enough.
But
so that's.
I'm reading Twitter lately a lot at 3 a.m. in the morning. So that
yes,
might be why.
Yes, and you look exhausted when you do. So that's a good little community print. Let me just whack that for now. Copy into the chat. That way I can.
Squirrel. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But then
Dukes says, how do I handle filament? I have 4 kilograms spools made specific for me by a Printapro with my name.
Yes. So Mirandament, literally Mirandament.
Literally.
This is no
That's
joke. And this is another project that I've actually been participating in. So this little guy here is made of a bunch of balls and sticks.
I see.
Yeah. So there were 230 parts, roughly, little balls, that needed
Okay.
addressing.
Yes.
And if we look down here, JT's done 13 parts. Yay,
Whoa.
position number 3. And this guy here, I swore that was Brian Vines the very first time. A young Brian Vines, admittedly. But position number 2, Brian Vines, and John Mack right in there at first position. We've got Japman, we've got Cat. I'm going by people's icons that I know. So that's a pretty cool thing. And I might have printed some. There's my balls in my lap. And my balls are numbered.
Yes, we are kids.
Yes, we are kids. Correct.
That's funny. But then the final project is not very big.
There we go. Brian, you've got blue balls. I have to
Smart.
change. There we go.
Yes.
And
Really,
yes, and they
really does sound
they sort of look like that, and they're all little. So it's going to be quite a big project. If the individual intersecting stick thing is this big. Now,
Yes.
did I close? I think I closed that window. Unfortunately, let me go back here. That works. Yep. So
I'm going to start trying to be a bully, and try to make one of those entirely by myself before you finish it with a community print.
well, the community's already done, so there's no more parts to print. So
No, I will print all of them by myself.
the problem is the individual. Oh, you're going to model it and print, or you're going to grab all their parts.
No, I'm going to model it, print it, build it, and post it all by myself.
Good work. You're terrible.
Well,
And that's the top
yes,
view.
that's
That's the
being
top view.
a very bad person. Sorry.
Yeah, you are a very bad person. So that was a little bit of printing on the weekend. Each of these took about an hour. 0.2, 3 shells, 3 top, 3 bottom, no support.
How many of those are in the entire model?
280.
I could easily do that in a week.
Of course you could.
Easy. And it's some depending on which one of my projects, seems that it will be easier, more time consuming, but easier than other projects that I'm doing.
Absolutely. And of course they'd be blue, yeah?
No.
Ah, okay.
No way.
No? Okay.
I have spares or spools that have been sent to me by the 3D printer manufacturers and stuff, but I don't think I have some turquoise, but I don't have any blue filament.
So you've got a Printer Pro sent you black, white, and natural or clear or something?
Wood PLA.
You just got out of focus really bad.
Yes. Let me do this.
That works. There we go. Hello. You're like one of those. Drinking,
No. I'm focused.
The drinking duck.
Yeah.
That's what you look like then.
Yes. It's really curious how those work.
Are you going to explain?
Do you know how they work?
I know roughly how they work. I've seen it. I've studied. I haven't studied the mechanics, but I can see what's going on.
And what do you think is going on?
Liquid goes in, liquid goes out.
No, there is no liquid going in.
Is it just
it's sealed?
Is it? I didn't know it was sealed. I've never seen one in real life.
The thing is that the entire bird is very well balanced.
Yep.
And once the liquid goes up to the felt part, it condenses, adds weight, and keeps. And it's thermodynamics. It's not about liquid going in or out.
I thought you were going to say it's capillary action or something like that. When you first started.
No. Because it has something to do with thermodynamics and being cooling and heating up depending on if it is in the water or out the water.
Yeah. Happy drinking bird. Brian's going. Thierry's
Squirrel.
going. Squirrel. Yes, correct. Thanks, guys, for attending.
and we are going. It's time.
Yes, absolutely. And it's yes, we're talking about the drinking bird toy, and Homer Simpson loves it.
Yes. But it would not have worked in that situation with the kid.
No.
No,
Okay.
there is no water.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Well, that is in fact it. There's our hour.
Yes.
Homer on disability episode. There you go. We're a wealth of
Yes.
information. All right. Well, thanks everyone. Unless you've got something else, Ivan.
No, I think we don't have anything else today.
Yeah. All good.
Yes.
All right. And his moo Fat Homer. I'm assuming we're talking about that episode.
Yes.
Yes, thank you all. I'm going to
Thank
stop
you.
interacting because I'll, keep chatting and we'll keep prolonging it because we can talk crap
Yes.
for more than an hour.
Yes. Next week we are going to be joined by Brian.
We'll try and get Brian on somehow.
Now he's going to attend. I'm pretty
We'll,
sure.
we'll figure.
Pressure.
We'll figure. Yes.
Squirrel.
Alrighty.
Yes.
Squirrel. All right. That's it for us. Thank you, everybody. We shall see
Thank
you
you.
all next week. Bye, Ivan.
Bye. Bye.